Dusum Sangye Tamje Gingo, Ridan Gingor Ganzo Kabda Garden, Samba Meba Trinchen Savelame. Shabji Duljama Meba Longo, Rabbe de Chatsalo, Dagi Yu Chingi Laba Tamba. Zedo So Lume Gonjo Sumgengo Yi, Kosum Gyawa Gyatsa Chizu Chao. Kamsum Chugi Gyabo Dzogchenba, Dinjong Lingbe Shabla Sarwande, Konde Tanyam Chunyi Robar, Todro Ngunjur Sangye Tabar Sho, Wanzerenzen, Dendorjetza, Maundeshe Mevata Yeshap. Tadar Benjung Getsam Roben Ngunjir Yeshi, Dorjela Sawande. Drube Wanju Bemale Jeme, Kungen Samye Baye number 2. Jime Sir Tugi Druban Cho, Jigme Chilan Overso and Omen Shugi Yingi Podane, Desum Sangi Gunjing Oni, Ransom Chugung Asudan Zeba. Zawelame Dagyu Chingi Lo. Today we're going to start Ngondro teaching, which is a Dinjum Tersa Ngondro, extremely short one. This is a Gyabji Dinjum Lingbas root text is Dinjum Lingbas treasure teachings, and Gyabje Dunjurumbuche, Jigre Yeshidorje, made more clear, and each subject there's a Yikchung little added note, and then Gyabje Dunjurumbuche most of the time hold this world when he gave Chundra teaching connection to people, and most of the time he teaches this one, and very, very special. And commentary for this, Gyabje Dongse Rinpoche wrote in the Tibetan. Then also he translated by himself in English, and everybody has that text, Cascading Water. Then you can read that. He named as Ngondro teaching, but as unlike any other Ngondro teachings I never heard before. And most this is the text, and he used this one, but he made a commentary. It's all like a view of Sutra, Tantra, and especially Dzogchen. He elaborated incredibly beautiful. You know, and Gyabje Dinjur Rinpoche himself also wrote commentary, one volumes. That also I heard translated in English. Hopefully that will come soon. All of that incredible teachings already we have, like and the best in the earth, profound teachings. The person like me making commentary is it's kind of ridiculous things, like what called that during the night, a little bug carrying a little light in the butt. Firefly. It can light the front of a sunlight, and it doesn't make it any better at all. Like that, but my name is called the Ngondro Lama. That's why I can't make any good, but still, practical level, I can make a little bit practical level, actually how to do it. I can tell you today a little bit. Then this text and is simple enough to everybody can do it, vast, profound enough to be individual, whatever you have a capacity, and profound enough for the older practitioner, and simple enough to new practitioner how to start a practice. Most important subject, because Ngondro, that Ngondro means people thinks that Ngondro is like a very lower class, because we have in the West that material idea. Going to school and a very lower level beginner class is called the Ngondro. But this is not like a ordinary education level practice, teachings. The real practice level, and the people think that the Dzogchen, great perfection, Dzogchen is the highest teaching, and Ngondro is the lowest teaching. Like that kind of, not only in the West, in East, lots of people has that idea exist, but and truly, and Ngondro is the most profound, important to establish Dharma. As Ngondro itself, called the Samsara Dzogpa Shenpo Lamji Chala, Ngondro Nganda. As Ngondro itself is based on the great perfection, Dzogchen practice. Also, there's many lamas saying, and a particular in Jigungpa, Gyopa Jigdengumpo, Lama, he said, other tradition, they believe Mushi, Tibetan, is the main practice, is profound. Then he said, my tradition here, Ngondro is most important. And like that, and for example, my own experience, I start my practice with the Ngondro, a very elaborated version, and also Guru Yoga is 100 times. I spent a lot of time, and I started with the 4 thoughts, then the main accumulations, many years, Ngondro and Mahayoga, 3 roots, retreat practice, like 20 different deities I did practice. Then after that, Gyabji Dunji Rinpoche gave me Dzogchen teaching. I'm completely shocked and beyond of my mental can hold it. Then, Gyabji Dunji Rinpoche is so peaceful, totally. Then we got spoiled. You can say anything to him. My life, when my age, 8 years old, to until I'm 49 years old, and I spent a whole life with him, but I never saw even one time he angry and mad. It's incredible peaceful. Then we all kind of got spoiled. You can say anything to him. Then I told him, why you didn't teach me this earlier? I did all other hardships. And now you give me this easy practice. Why you didn't give it? This is incredible. Why you didn't give me earlier this Dzogchen teaching? He's smiling. He said, yeah, you did all others. Then you have a capacity now understanding Dzogchen well. If I told you early, then you won't have this ability to understanding. That's what he said. It's really true. Lots of people, including myself, I thought, oh no, I did all other things, kind of wasted my time. then I did ask, why you just teach Dzogchen, why you have to teach other things? That's that kind of silly things. You can ask him because he's so peaceful, but as that truly I do believe, I don't think he has a kind of bad intention to me to do all hardships, then he give it later teachings. Is it truly believe? It makes perfectly sense. And Ngondro is most important, and not under somebody can ignoring Ngondro. Oh, I have to do kind of like a rule or law. Have to do Ngondro, otherwise I won't get a main teaching. Lots of people think that way. I'm doing Ngondro because I want to have a Dzogchen teaching. That kind of, but it's actually going genuine, step by step. This Ngondro is like a Dzogchen is like a seed you want to plant in the ground, but Ngondro is how to prepare ground, take care soil, water, lights, everything prepared. Then, of course, that seed will grow well, success. Not taking care of any, just you can drop it, seed in the ground. You won't have any success, a result. Same way, that's why always consultated, not like I'm kind of malicious or punish you guys. Lots of doing prostration, these Tibetan weird things. It looks like a bad way, but I'm not. My truly genuine love, care, what is most, not like we can do practice. Yes, you can, but that's not the point. We have to success, good result. That's our main aim is. Then you can read Gonzalo Lama Shalom, Badu Rinpoche's commentary, Ngondro. And you can read Gyabje Dongse Rinpoche's teaching, commentary of Ngondro, all of that, you will know. Then when you know, when you're reading, when you do practice, then you can get a taste, a feel as a success. That's why it's the most important part, Ngondro. And particularly this Dunjum Tersar, of course all Ngondros are the same, but particular Dunjum Tersar lineage is a direct when sentient beings' mental capacity degenerate time, and everything got to speed it up. Includes our mind, and go faster. Everything. Then this kind of Tersar tradition is just exactly how matches with it. Each generation's beings' capacity, mental ability, directive, very suitable and easy enough, it's short, profound enough, so inconceivable wisdom. It's contained everything. That's why this Dinjom and in particular this time, century, is really suitable to that's why, my own logic is I'm only teaching Dinjom Tersa, but I don't have a feeling Dinjom Tersa is a little piece of Buddhist teaching. I have a recognition of Dinjom Tersa contains all Buddhist teachings, include 84,000 different teachings. It's a completely packed in Dinjom Tersa teachings, and plus, we all unbelievable good fortune connected with the Dinjom, father and son, Gyabje Dinjom Rinpoche and Gyabje Dongse Rinpoche, both is connected with it. It's that kind of profound blessing, and it's directed that lineage and blessings are most powerful, and particular at this time, and that's why all of us is bounded together, same samaya, same practice. Then all of you have a trust on me. You believes I will guide towards the enlightenment path. And the same way, I don't have any my own ability, but Gyabje Dongse Rinpoche is directed lineage path to us, our root and guru. He built such peasant wisdom fire. Then my intention is that fire won't go down, and according to my own capacity, little pieces keep adding that his blessing, teachings, I try to keep a warm, present, keep going. That's why I'm support for Gyabje Dongse Rinpoche's teaching on Dinjom Tersa lineage. That's my life. And also, I want to tell you, I'm truly satisfied. I'm the luckiest one in the world. Incredible, profound teachings, and received direct teaching from Dinjom father and son. And this is a wonderful opportunity, trying to make it meaningful. And please keep, this is a truly essence of all teachings. Believe that way, and I want all of you really seriously who done Ngondro practice, but this is a relative level, accumulations. But Ngondro never will done. Who done Ngondro means that truly you have a genuine realization. And that realization is not like sometimes a habit, sometimes not a habit. Totally stabilizing. Who never moves from the Dharmakaya level. Always who abiding state of Dharmakaya. Then, that time, then your Ngondro is done. As it brings, Ngondro is like a connection to Buddha, to you, like a nectar. Buddha's wisdom is a lake over there. And your ordinary mind is a little field over here. Then how to bring that water to grow in your field? And pipe in the West technique. Then you can get water here. That's the Ngondro. It's like a Buddha's blessing is inconceivable wisdom, but not having faith and trust. Then our mind get kind of dried out. That's the happening now when we've been in a samsara. That was very important. I want all of you take this as serious. And Ngondro, this one generally, Ngondro has two parts. First part is outer Ngondro preliminary practice, which is the four thoughts. Then inner Ngondro has a main. Ngondro is the first refuge, bodhicitta, mandala offering, vajrasattva, guru yoga, then there's a poa. There's a main practices, 6 different practices. These all together called the Ngondro. And here said Dunjum Tersa Ngondro Nganden Dubandi Kodun Sachela Dunjum and you will know Dunjum Lingpa, who is my short Ngondro commentary. I made a little introducing who Dunjum Lingpa is. That's the and also Dunjum, second Dunjum is Gyabje Dunjum Rinpoche Jigto Yeshe Dorje, our Lord Protector, Lord of the whole mandala. And then you can understanding both the first Dunjum Lingpa and Gyabje Dunjum Rinpoche's history. Everywhere you can see Dunjum Tersa practice, how special they are. Then this is a Dunjum Lingpa's Ngondro road and a Gyabje Dunjum Rinpoche. made it more practical level, more clear. That Dunjum Tersa Ngondro Ngondro, and Ngondro means actually you can draw Nga is a speech, then is a reading or reciting. Ngondro. Then Ngondro Duba is a short version. Remember, Dunjum Tersa Sadir longer version, and you can reciting practice book. And this is a very short. That's why Duba in Tibetan. Di Kodun Sajela. Di is this Ngondro. Kodun is understanding, meaning. Kodun Saje is how many subject in here? Sajela. Tangbo Jorwa Lodo Namshi Ngondro Ne. And the first Jorwa is how enter or how to start actually engage to the practice. That part in the first Lodo Namshi Ngondro Ne. Lodo Namshi is Lodo is your mind turning from the Samsara to enlightenment, how to turn back. That's the Lodo Namshi 4 thoughts of Ngondro. That practice how to recite that Ngondro Ne. And start with the Namo. Namo means homage. Prostration, bowing, whatever respect, object, to object. What is the object here? Namo. Lume tenje gumbo lama ken. Lume, you know my English. It's different than your English. Then I'm speaking with my form of English, and the words are not really, I don't have much, but as I will tell you meaning. Lume is unfallible, never fails. Then you can make a question. Lume tenji gumbo lama chen. It's permanent object of refuge. That's the Lama who you know. This you're saying. And this is unfallible. Any other fallible path? And you can make a question, yes, there are. is the most unfallible object of refuge. It's not important to recognize that. If otherwise, and you can believe in the fallible object, like an object of a dualistic, in that this world, called the spiritual path. But a spiritual path has a mato, loto, choto in Tibetan. Matoba is not understanding at all correct point of view. And then worse than that, loto, understanding wrong, opposite. It's a negative, belief is a positive, you take refuge in. That kind of more fallible, a very dangerous object to take a refuge. This true is very negative. Not understanding is bad. Worse than that, a wrong understanding is even worse. Then a choto, and a partially understanding, but not totally not understanding. All of that are different levels of believing system, such as like they will call you as a spiritual, but is it and a completely wrong view, such as like you can kill others, that are virtues, and somebody can kill you, is enlightenment. Like that kind of only harmful, believing towards the harmful. And that kind of as a worst kind of view, nihilistic view, and not believing any past life, this life, next life. Doesn't believe it. Your mind is a ultimate. It's just continue, changes. Like you change your body when you dressed up like an army, then you're army. And dressed like a normal and officers, and you can put a what called the rope in your neck. Then it's that official. Then you feel official. Then you can dress up like monks, nuns, robes. Then you look like a practitioner, but the same person. Just like that, it's a change with the karma, cause and effect, life to life changes, but mind is just continual. During the day, during the night, as a continual. During the life, after the death, it's just continual. But they don't see that kind of close enough to the truth. Then, eternalism as a madoba, as not understanding, but nihilism is the worse, understanding wrong way, believe wrong way. All of that, and also there's some partially understanding, but not all. all of that can be deceived or failed. But here, Lume is never fails, never deceive, always is a permanent protector. Lama can, who know Lama. This case, Lama is not like a person. Yes, outer level can be person, but ultimately Lama is not a person, not a subject, not an object. Each single sentient being has their own enlightened nature, Buddha nature. That's the ultimate Lama. We say outer Lama can be who passing this lineage, human form. Inner Lamas, their teachings, all these teachings are Dinjum. First Dinjum, second Dinjum, then second Son. All of these teachings are inner Lama. Then your mind engage to the teaching, then that will reveal original, undefaulted, undiluted wisdom, Buddha nature. When you manifest that one, Nundachepa, become obvious. Then that's the secret Lama. That's all this outer, inner, secret Lama. It's unfallible. Because Buddha is not a person, not a subject, not an object. Ultimate Buddha is Dharmakaya. Dharmakaya is your own mind. But based on the circumstance, then now our Dharmakaya is kind of like this is a Dharmakaya, but now this is circumstance got upside down. But Dharmakaya never gone. Then that Lama will, outer Lama, inner Lama will teach you, turn page. Then as a Dharmakaya, your own Dharmakaya become in Tibetan called the Ngondro. It's obvious. It's become present. Because the outer Lama is like a translator. What Buddha said, that a translator should have some clue, realization, practice, experience. Without, everybody can say, I'm Lama. There's a lot of voluntary Lamas, such as like myself. Somebody has a clue what the Buddha say, teachings, what actually, how to do practice, what actually through practice of what kind of taste you can get it. That kind of experience the teacher, outer Lama, to never cheat you. Because based on the Buddha's speech, that's the inner Lama. Then this true combination will reveal the secret Lama. That's the all, outer, inner, secret Lama never deceive and never cheat, never fails. That's the unfallible That's the protector of a permanently and always ever excellent. That will lead us from the confusion world externally, innerly this dualistic mind, how confused, and driving towards enlightenment. Then when you can do practice, there's no question you can have an experience, you can have a realization. Through that way, you can have attaining fully enlightenment. Never fails as that a permanent protector. Even though when you are attaining fully enlightenment, it's still not done. Tenjin Gombo is a permanent protector. Then you can emanate. Why we are attaining fully enlightenment? In order to benefit all other sentient beings. Continue. Keep going. Tenjin Gombo. It's a permanent. It's ever excellent. That kind of is a right, never deceived object of a refuge. That Namo Lume Tenjin Gombo Lama Ke. That's that line. That's the witness. And in this case, how to visualization can be essence as your own Lama, which is that Lama who gives empowerment to you, make an ordinary body, speech, mind, make a ripening, and empower you in the path. These three, body, speech, mind, can give you power or permission to do practice, like 4 stages of empowerment. Mahayoga, Anuyoga, Adiyoga are allowed to do practice. And the result is, through that result, make a ripening in the 3 kayas present. That Lama, which is you receive from one, and in order to make a ripening, all this practice, how to do that, teachings, and especially Menga, Upadesha, experience how to actually, a simple way, put a finger on our Buddha nature. This is the Rigpa, this is the Dharmakaya. Then we practice, try to abiding with that. As a sooner or later we are Kundu Sampo. As these 3 mean 12 Menga in Tibetan. Remember, is to make a ripening empowerment. 12 is a teaching for how to liberate. And the Menga is a pointing out instruction who give us. That's the called the Lama. Then in front of you, you can visualize essence is your Lama. but the form is a Guru Rinpoche. Then that's the witness front of you. And that Lama is represent all object of a refugee, such as like three kayas, three roots, and three jewels. Like a Lama's body is Nirmana Kaya, speech is a Sambhoga Kaya, mind is a Dharma Kaya, three kayas. Lama's body is a Lama, Lama's speech is a Yidam, Lama's mind is a Dakini, three roots. Lama's body is a Sangha, Lama's speech is Dharma, teachings. Lama's mind is Buddha, three jewels. All, there's a visualization, elaborated version, and a shorter version is called the Kundu Yiji Nurvilu, all combined together like a wish-fulfilling jewel tradition. And you can visualize Guru Rinpoche as that contains hundreds, thousands, countless Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, 3 times, 10 directions. Everything includes that Guru Rinpoche. Because that lineage started from the Dharmakaya, Buddha Kundu Sambhu, true, were ended to us as a Lama. Lama contains all blessings, path, lineages, like mind lineages, and symbolic lineages, oral lineages. Everything were ended to us as it includes in the Lama. That's the form of Guru Rinpoche you can visualize, knowing that unfallible protector. You can visualize, have a faith, devotion, and front of that, now you're promising, asking blessings in order to realizing these 4 thoughts. Say second line is a Danjur Dini Shindu Nyebar Ka. Dal and Jor, these 2 words. Dalwa Ye. Dalwa is a Dalwa Ye. Dalwa is a Dalwa is actually you're valuable for Dharma, that is circumstance. There's 8 Dalwa. I didn't prepare how to count these numbers. if you born hell realm, and you have to experience always hot and cold suffering. You're not available to do practice because we didn't born in the hell room. And if we're born in the hungry ghost room, you're always busy for suffering, hungry and thirst, not available for Dharma. And if we're born in the animal realm, and your mind, body, speech, all not available container for Dharma, always experience with stupidity, not available for Dharma. We didn't born in animal. And Lalo is a non-believer, even though you're born in the human. How many people? Lalo is not believing anything. Lalo is what we call barbarian. You want to be happy, but actually, where's the Dharma? Not believing people, they are barbarian. Not believing past life, this life, next life. Not believing non-virtuous action can cause suffering. Virtuous action cause happiness. Never believes. That's the danger part. We believe now in the Dharma. That's the we never born in the Lalo barbarian. I don't know how we'll go numbers. My concern is and even though pleasure life, like a long life, devas, they live long life, like eons. They have a joy, happiness, but they don't have any intention to Dharma, to develop. They do have, of course, Buddha nature, but there's no intention to develop, as their mind is not available, obstructed by joyful, happy. Then as death comes, they don't have to follow with the karma, but they don't believe it. Long life devas, and after that, Logda. Logda is who has a mentally wrong view. Then you have a wrong view, never to be available to Dharma. Your mind got obstructed by having wrong view. And then some eons, the Buddha never come. There's a Dharma not exist. Numerical about dark eon. If you born that time, and Dharma not existed, that's the then of course not available for Dharma because Dharma not exist. and Kukpa is your speech, you cannot communicate, then that becomes obstacle, you're not available anymore. All of these 8 things are Dalwa Ye in Tibetan. Danjur Cho Ye, that Dalwa Ye, 8 Dalwa, the 8 qualities that we perfected in our life is available for Dharma, because precious human life, what makes it, this 18 quality makes precious human life. And now, Dalwa Ye and the Tibetan Jorwa Chu gain 10 different qualities. And that are 5 related with us, circumstance perfect to us. Other 5 different qualities related with the other circumstance, that it makes it 10. And the first Rangjor Nga in the Tibetan is that you gain 5 different qualities with yourself. That 5 is that we're born in the human. Human is what makes a human is a special. Human being, in order to attaining Buddhahood, is that the human is more precious than devas, because the devas, they have a very subtle, they don't have a gross body. That way they don't have a gross nerves channels. Related with that, gross energy, lung. And related with that, lungsam yerme energy and mind become inseparable. Mind and relaxed and peaceful. Not a really functioning clarity of. They don't have much afflictive emotions. What we need attaining fully enlightenment is we need lots of powerful emotions. That's what we have. This is a precious human body has a come to Dengi Milu, which is called the 6 elements we perfected in our human. Then we have a serious, solid body, energy, nerves, channels, energy, and a solid mental afflictive emotions. Then that makes how much you have, and especially Vajrayana, great perfection, makes that 6th element, and emotions, and you can have a capacity to transform or recognize, liberate, whatever called the Nyumo Yishe Yala Jung. Afflictive emotions are branch of wisdom. As how much you have emotion, that much stronger and brighter, obvious wisdom. And anyway, there's a lot of descriptions, but that human, you would gain a precious human being is very special. And the second is born in the center. They say Mirke Uge Wambotsang. U is a center. That also center does not mean map. Worldly map, where is it located? The center. Center, that means whatever there's a Dharma, that's become center. Like used to be, Bodh Gaya is a center location of Dharma. Then later, and Tibet has become a center, as a Dharma center. And now, as a Buddha's teaching moves everywhere, whole world covering, and now, according to for us in the West, America, where we live, we have a Dharma that makes a center, and that is second qualities. And all five senses, we have not got a damage or anything. When we have the five senses perfected, have a life, and not got a damage, that makes it special. That the third one. And the fourth one, Leta Malo in the Tibetan. Leta Malo is a karmically ending, is a never got a opposite way. Legita, the karmic, or the positive karmic, when happening, that joining to Dharma, that makes us special. And legita maloba, legita law, is if you do hold your life Dharma, ending part against, then that takes the next life. Disconnected with Dharma, you cannot make a connection. And our ta is the ending of karma, is more important. Through that way, then we got with the meeting with the positive karma makes a joint into Dharma. And through when we joined, then we have a faith in the Dharma, that the fifth one. These five qualities related with us. Then other five circumstances have to be external circumstance, have to be corrected. If we have everything, and for example, five other circumstances, Sanje Chendan Techu Sung, and this time Buddha came to this world. If Buddha doesn't come, then where's the Dharma not exist? But we have a fortunate to Buddha came. Even though Buddha came, Buddha didn't teach, then we don't have a Dharma. But also, Buddha's teachings are life now. And Buddha's teaching, Buddha came, Buddha taught teachings, but that doctrine got disappeared. Then we don't have for us, but as a Buddha's doctrine is still life now. Then, even though Buddha's doctrine is life, we don't have not jointing with the Dharma. Then that also disconnected, but we joined it also with the Dharma. That's why Sanje Chandan Techu Sung, Temba Nedan Teje Ju. And we entered in the doctrine, but our the teacher, as a love, compassion, connected to us and teachings and directed, connected with these 5 different circumstances comes from external circumstance also. These altogether 18 different quality when perfected, then it's called the precious human life. Then we have to, that daljur and the root text, daljur, dine, and this one. Shindu nyebarka, it's very difficult to obtain this precious life. Precious, that makes, what makes it precious? Because this life is totally circumstantial, positive, connected with the precious human life. And what makes it not precious? And you have a human body, but without a Dharma, doesn't make any precious. And human life can be inconceivable powerful towards the positive and the negative too. You know, born in the negative human being is worse than any other being. And when we have a positive, these 18 qualities, and at the best, the highest in the 6 different realms, and the human is the best. That's why we have to recognize what we have. Without a recognition, even though we have a precious human life, and we don't use it, then no point. It can be very negative circumstance true. That's why very, very difficult to obtain. Then there's a Pei Gone Nyabarkawa, Changi Gone Nyabarkawa, Tenji Gone Nyabarkawa. And we have to think many different ways. For example, like understanding, like gives for example. Then we have to think about a number way. And we have to think about a meaning way. And not always happen with this. No, they're very difficult. For example, like look at a number way. You can look Hellrom's beings, and there's so many numbers. Compared with that number, Hellrom's life is like on the earth, each atoms, how many atoms have been that many beings, number equal to hungry ghost beings, like how many sand in the beach you can count, that many numbers. And the animal number is like this is when you're making alcohol, what called that? Any grains, a whole completely packed, like that kind of. For example, you can look at in the ocean, and full of animals, look like a flower, look like a stone, all kinds of things. They are all life. Each piece has its own life. compare with like that kind of 3 lower rooms. Devas, human is like in the thumb, how many dust stay? There's hardly any. And how many stars in the sky during the day? Numbers like that kind of very, very rare that you can think. And number way, even though human, you can look so many human, lots of numbers, but a precious one is very rare, almost not exist. Like that kind of how good fortune you have, and then you can think that we appreciate that circumstance, how wonderful we have. And for example, there's a lot of teachings about remember that wooden yoke has a one hole on the ocean. The east wind will take to the west, and the south wind blow to the north. Always a circle moves around. But in the ocean, one turtle has no eyes, and it jumps up a surface level each 100 years. And how difficult that a turtle has no eyes to aim, and that a yolk doesn't have any intention to follow a turtle, but accidentally that turtle's neck and the yolk's hole, how difficult to get together, almost not possible. For example, precious human is like that kind of very rare. Then, this kind of having precious time, then you can think, I can recognize, even though precious, we have a life, but without recognize, then we don't use the right way, or right point of way, and therefore, then you can have a totally wanting desire, how wonderful circumstance I have this. And having this precious love without a Dharma, what kind of, you can, any other more meaningful than Dharma? No, nothing. Only lost with one lifetime. And after that, Dharma will make that leading to fully enlightenment, Buddhahood. That's why truly realize. Without realizing, it's like a wish-fulfilling jewel in your hand, but without recognizing, and the same as you holding a piece of a rock. If you recognize that jewel, then you can make a prayer. Then it fulfills all wishes. And that's why precious human life is most important to recognize and appreciate. Otherwise, human life unnecessarily precious at all. For example, Jesus Milarepa, he saw one hunter, his name is Ngondro. And then he's singing song. I thought precious human life is difficult to obtain, but I see person like you, not difficult at all. And become become like that, then you can genuinely think at the bottom of your heart, I want to make this precious human life make it meaningful. I want to do practice. I want to attain a fully enlightenment at this lifetime, because I'm meeting with the precious Dharma, and not a ordinary Dharma, and the most profound of Vajrayana, and especially great perfection teachings. I truly want to make it meaningful. You can take a serious vow, then you can pray to Rinpoche. Bottom of your heart, really, truly, I'm going to do this life is meaningful. But and my capacity, ability is limited. Please give me blessing of this precious human life is meaningful. You can pray. Then you can merging your mind with the Guru Rinpoche's mind. Then you can rest like that. Then Tanjun de Nishindu Nyavarka, that's the first thought. Then the second, Getse Mita Chiwe Chujenyi, say anything being born, they are impermanent, based on the impermanent. What is the nature of a life? The ending is death. Then there's many different ways to think impermanence. Like a being, like a Buddha being born in this world, and like how many Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, how many numbers and emanation came to this world. As now, it's just like a story. And how many powerful beings in this world, nobody has a control to stay forever. Everybody wants to stay forever, but nobody has that power, ability, because based on the circumstance, it has a cause and a condition. Something has a cause and condition, always based on the change. And even though this outer whole universe, each aeon and end of fire can burn, wind can blow, water can wash, it's become empty. Looks like a pretty solid, but actually it's based on the impermanence and the inner all-sentient being, outer universe, and wealth, and you can be like anything kind of building, house, and based on the falling down. Anyone born going to die. Even though this sun now light shining for the all 4 continents, but karmic can change it. They can be in the dark. They can't see their own hands, like that kind of. Nothing can be powerful to facing unchanging This is important to think. Otherwise, we never think that a precious human life, oh, I will do Dharma later, next year, next month, next week, tomorrow. Always, and we have a laziness. And then life is impermanent, is moving, is continuously. There's no time. Then a time comes with the death. Then we're hurrying, it's too late. Now is the right time. And every moment to moment, thinking impermanence has a quality to remove that laziness is hurrying up. As that point of thinking impermanence is freshening up our practice is diligence, is a moment to moment, not to wait to later. That skillful aspect and a wisdom aspect. This thinking, all this phenomena is unreal, but due to our delusion, we believe it's real. Impermanence will lead. What's the point we're believing, hoping so much to material phenomena? As truly we got cheated through Dharma understanding that. Then that will, the Lodo is your mind turns towards enlightenment. Dharma become more powerful, practices more pure, and a more further understanding of impermanence will bringing realization of permanent, unchangeable to Dharmakaya. Because it never changes when you realize that death, the wisdom of deathlessness and changelessness, as a no cause, no condition, they never change. Turn mind towards Dharma means turn back towards material, has a cause, has a condition, is the end of a change. And not believing in that as no reason is the end of impermanent. Then it turn back towards Dharmakaya means you can find no cause, no condition, no change, and forever Gundu Sangpo, ever excellent. And turning towards that way has so much beneficial, powerful. Not only why we're thinking impermanent, make you sad. That's the point. It's not. Removes laziness and wrong view. It's believing, relying on the material phenomena will cheat. Ending is, of course, the outer universe, inner your physical body, going to change. But then when it changes, where you are, as a confusion continue goes, then other lifetime, keep repeating that's in the samsara. Then the outer circumstance from samsara means material. In the ultimate circumstance, you turning, merging with the immaterial as the nature of your mind, then that automatically thinking impermanent will leading us to wisdom of deathlessness. No cause, no condition, no circumstance. There's no positive circumstance can't help, no negative circumstance can't harm, and go beyond of all of that. Then the second line is then you can think, oh, I'm not going to attachment, rely on the happiness through the material as a never success. There's not such things, even though no history, material phenomena can give you permanent happiness. Never. Then give up that hope to material. As that lodo means lodoshi, four thoughts, means turning your mind to Dharma. Dharma means ultimate Dharma is Dharmakaya. Buddha is Dharmakaya. Dharma is Dharmakaya. Sangha is Dharmakaya. Three kayas inseparable way. You can take a vow, I'm going to not attach to, not rely on the material, looking for happiness, permanent is hopeless. I'm going to make a disconnection with the material phenomena as a connector with the immaterial phenomena, wisdom phenomena. As truly I'm going to do. That's my life. That's all I want to do. Then you can pray to Guru Rinpoche again. Please give me capacity, ability to always think this impermanent things. That way I can get give me permanent wisdom blessings. You can pray to Guru Rinpoche. Then that impermanent is a continue these four thoughts, and you have a precious human life, but it doesn't never stays forever. It's based on the impermanent that continue. If you are permanent, we not prepared to this, then a permanence comes. What? And the result is connected with the karma, based on the karma. Then gedi leji gyunde loa me that this cause and a condition that karma is never going to change. Always, that's that we are. How long our mind is going to continue? That much karma will continue. Nothing can be changed. We are controlled by karma. We don't have actually anything over control, power. We have to follow with the karma. Whatever karma happening, good karma or bad karma, is that's it. So we have to follow with that. That karma will cause. Condition is a temporary happiness, temporary suffering. Keep goes back and repeating. That's the samsara is. if we don't believe karma, then again, other wrong view, that nihilist view will cheat. And you can read more Ngondro commentaries and explain it but a simple way actually how to do practice is that always aware. This is called awareness. With the pay attention to karma, then there's no builder of karma. Karma, who built? This dualistic mind built. Dualistic mind has a cause and a condition, afflictive emotions, and based on the afflictive emotion, mind is based on the emotion. Emotion build karma. Then a result is a samsara. That's all. That's the turns around, around, around. That's called the samsara. Never get out from this samsara because karma. Builder of karma is a mind. That a dualistic mind is self. Until this dualistic mind, how long that will run, then is a karma. That also, karma, good karma will lead positive, temporarily, and a permanent happiness. If not aware, then that mind, based on the karma, then build a suffering and samsara. There's a lot of teachings about karma you can read in English, that we have already wonderful books to read and pay attention. And again, you can take a vow, I'm going to. How much is it possible I can accumulate a positive karma? I'm going to try how much is it possible not accumulate any negative karma. That's the cause and the condition, as it never fails. Whatever karma you build, and the result is that always truth. Therefore, I'm going to truly aware. I'm going to pay attention to my karma. Karma is mind. Make it that a serious promise. Then ask Guru Rinpoche, please give me blessings of I can pay attention to karma all the time. Then then you can have that trust, belief, genuine faith and devotion in Guru Rinpoche. Then you can merging your mind with Guru Rinpoche's mind. You can meditate. Then, if not aware of karma, then what happened? That consequences is the result can be samsara. Then comes kowa donga gyatso ngang. This comes as a three cyclic existence. Above the earth, there's a deva. On the earth, there's a human. Under the earth is a naga, three realms. And also this come in the whole, there's 6 different realms. Kam Dekam, Sukham, Sumejikam. These 3 or formless realms, form realms, desire realms. All this anyway comes from, sometimes it's called the 6 realms. Sometimes you can say 3 realms, whatever it is, a samsara. This is an ocean of suffering. And the Guzan Lama Shalom explains so vast these 6 different realms, how suffering each of them. Then why is the benefit that scare yourself and think all these sufferings? Then you know that suffering created by mind. You can control mind. Then accumulate. You don't have to suffering. Builder of karma, that awareness, pay attention, then you have a choice. And other one choice is this ocean of suffering, samsara realm, that who create that? Our own mind. Then how much you got scared this real sufferings everywhere. There's no place, there's no suffering in the samsara. Always suffering. Suffering by who's rich, they're suffering, they're worried that my wealth can be exhausted, that they are suffering. Who doesn't have a material wealth, they have a desire to have that. They're suffering that way. Both equally suffering. Then the suffering, all these external 6 different realms and look suffering, but this moment we have a suffering. We're worried and suffering by worried some kind of who have a desire to, I want to meet positive being, as not happening, is suffering. Then we're worried about suffering, unwanting circumstance, like an enemy. I don't want to see, but you can see them accidentally. All kinds of suffering. And the basic human suffering is 4 different rivers. Being born, so much suffering. Being aged, suffering. Being sick, suffering. Being die, then suffering. All these are 4, and thousands, hundreds of thousands of different branches of the suffering. Anyway, all of that suffering, understanding coming from karma, pay attention. That's in your hand. Therefore, say, I really, truly don't want the suffering. And this lifetime, I have a precious Dharma teachings. How to be stupid? I don't use it. This misusing this wonderful opportunity. I truly want to pay attention. I know this. What is the seed of suffering? Is your mind. Mind, the confusion part builds this samsara. But the essence of mind, I have a Buddha nature. I'm truly concentrated that blossoming, and samsara become empty. Automatically, I'm going to do that seriously. Then you can ask in Guru Rinpoche blessings of I have a, I will try, but our capacity is so limited because due to our habit. Then asking blessing to Guru Rinpoche, that a skillful aspect. Then a wisdom aspect, you can merging your mind, merging to Guru Rinpoche's mind, rest, that is skillful wisdom, to together practice makes it more powerful. Tene dalo chula yursho. All these 4 different thoughts that you have to remember in your mind. Then asking Guru Rinpoche, dalo, my mind, concepts, please turn to Dharma. Yursho. That's under 4 thoughts. Then we can stop here. Then His Holiness, the Gyabje Döngyur Rinpoche said, "Che len kama jola lo jang." You can repeat it again, and not only repeating with a serious, with the mind. Lo jang is your mind. Do exercise that way. Sunam deye tamje zekba nye tamne nyebe dranam pamje gega nanche balap chogo sibe tsole drawer sha namke tatu taye simjeng mambe shin kusung pamandru simjeng maleba chamje deme sala chembar sha